Thoughts? Yes, Sam.
So, you know, if, well, DC, since you know AD, couldn't you solve for DC since AC is 12? Isn't that like the sum of the parts equals 4? And then, wait, do you need, yeah, couldn't you set up a proportion out of this?
Well, what are we being asked to do on number 1?
Determine if ED and CV are parallel.
Okay, so let's assume that they are parallel. If they were parallel, what would be true?
That DC would be 2, so they're not parallel then.
How do you know?
Because 2 plus 6 is 8, not 12.
Not quite what we're looking at there. Remember, this goes back to the first theorem we talked about today. That if these two lines were parallel, then these two segments would be proportional to their corresponding segments down here. So, if my whole length over here is 10, what is the length of AE? 8. So if I take the ratio of 8 to 2, if they were parallel, then that should be the same ratio as 6,
To 12.
not to 12. The whole thing is 12.
6.
So that's 6. What's this bottom side? 6. Are those ratios the same?
No,
No. Since they're not the same, the two lines are
not parallel.
not parallel. Yes, Cheyenne. I forgot to give you guys something here on the next round. Just say that this is 5. Say that's 5. No, let's make it 4. 4 seems like more fun.
Because it doesn't go into either one.
I don't really know. I'm just making stuff up at this point. Okay. There's a lot going on in number 2. We have 2 sets of parallel lines. And technically, we have 3 triangles. You guys see the 3 triangles?
Yeah.
We have the triangle with x and 25, the 4 and the 10, and then y and x, and the whole thing across. Now, how would we begin solving this problem? Do we even know if they are similar?
No.
How would we determine if they were similar?
You knew what X and Y.
Okay, well, we have parallel lines, right? Yeah,
Well, since the line that X and Y is on is parallel to the one that's 4 is on, wouldn't Y be 4?
why?
Because it's parallel to the X and Y. So when and it's cut off by bisected, when Y equals 4, it's cut off.
You're right. Because this shape that we have there, this shape is a parallelogram. We haven't quite learned about that yet. And in a parallelogram,
All sides of it.
opposite sides are congruent. So yes, I would say that y is 4.
I was just thinking logically because it's parallel line.
If we go back a little bit further, because the line with y and x is parallel to the 4, what can you tell me about the angle down here and the angle between the 4 and the 10?
They
Congruent.
Yeah, they're going to be congruent. Okay, also, since the 2 slanted lines are parallel, what about the angle between these 2 lines and between these 2? They're also, they're corresponding as well. So those 2 angles, or 2 triangles, are similar because of angle. So if I take the ratio of their sides, x to 25, that should equal 4 to 10. So if we reduce that, it really is x over 25 is equal to 2/5. So 5x is equal to 50, therefore x is 10. Yeah, we found one of them. And I do agree that it is 4, but how could you verify that?
By setting up another proportion.
Okay, well how?
I don't know.
Alright, well if we look at the big triangle itself, the whole triangle,
Yeah.
so let's highlight that. The entire triangle. Since they both share this bottom angle, and these two angles are congruent, the whole big triangle is actually similar to the triangle with x and 25. Or actually, it's really similar to the 4 and the 10. So we could set up a different proportion where x plus y over 35. So notice it's the whole side over the whole side would equal 4 over 10. Now what was x? And so we have 10 plus y over 35 is equal to 2/5. So now what do I do? Should just be cross multiply like we've always done, guys, right? I know you're tuning me out, but you need to kind of stay with me here. So that's 50 plus 5y equals 70. 5y is 20, therefore y is 4. So yes, Kevin, your gut instinct told you it's 4 and you are correct.
As usual. What I do on tests when I don't know the answer, I just go with my gut.
Hey, it's sometimes the best way to do it.
Oh yeah.
Got you this far, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, very